Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. And yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world. I'm trying to find some via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Monday morning, and it's so much stuff been going on. So much stuff, y'all. I was busy doing some work, and I ain't gonna tell you on lie. That's why I was probably about a minute late. I'm gonna tell y'all. I just wanted to keep working. I'm working on some stuff that's kind of exciting, so I just want to keep on going. Keep on going. But I said, oh, it's 12 o'clock. I got people I need to see. I got the Chop Shop. So, what's up, everybody? I miss y'all over the weekend. What's up, Kurt? Let me shout out to my starting five. Hold up. Let me make sure I got all my starting five people ready. Let me see. I got everybody. I want to coach y'all. Sometime I miss them on this one. Okay, this is what I got. Okay. On YouTube, we got Ivan Pettit, D. Holcomb, Darrell Anderson, Brad Kimball. What's up, Brad? Joe Lewis, Simeon Sims. Those are the guys we got over there. Okay. On YouTube, we have Melvin Dews, Maite Cora, Mindy Collins, Alex Esteros, and Derek Lane. My nephew is in the building, man. My real nephew, my blood nephew, is in the building. Hey, Belinda, thank you so much. I love your greetings every morning. I appreciate them. They're not overlooked. Thank you. You make my day. Chris, I know you're here. Chris, I'm letting y'all off the hook, man. Y'all ain't that damn good. I told y'all wasn't that good. I'm gonna let y'all off. Mindy, I'm not mad. I felt sorry for the Lakers this weekend, Mindy. I felt sorry. I really did. I didn't think that was gonna happen. But let me make sure everybody. Hey, Kim, I'm not gonna talk about y'all. I ain't think y'all that damn good no way. You know, y'all beat Steph them. I don't know how y'all beat Steph them. I'm still mad about that. But let me keep going. Chris Walker ain't even called me. You know, he ain't even called me. I ain't even called him either. Comedian Derek Lane, that's my nephew. So if you ever come to town, make sure you go to his show when they come to the Improv. He is unbelievable, boy. That's my real nephew. He on both platforms. I'm trying to get situated right here because I don't like the way my lighting. He said, y'all, when I don't like my lighting, man. When I don't like my lighting, they puts it. I got to have my lighting right. Get my lighting right over here, y'all. Let me see where they at, man. Let me get my lighting right. Let me see. What's up, Malcolm? Let me see. Let me make sure. Start. No, we ain't. Listen, the Boom Boom Room can talk about the Lakers all they want to. I don't want to talk about the Lakers, man. I told y'all they wasn't that good a long time ago. Y'all had that fool's gold. I told y'all. But hold on. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm seeing everybody. I want to shout out to everybody. I see. Let me see. Brad, okay, Brad, yo, Clay, I'm good. Brad, you better text me. You better text me, Brad. No, we ain't gonna. Ricky Scott, what y'all want to say about the Lakers? Yeah, congratulations to Doug Dozen this weekend. Yes. What's up, Chris O'Neal the second? What's up, young fella? Chris O'Neal, is that KO or the daddy on? I want to know. Is it KO? Is KO the third? Y'all let me know. Let me see. What else I got? What else? I'm just trying to go. What's up, Trey? Shit, all felt more sorry for. I'm gonna get to all of that. Hey, Lady Baron. Let me see. I'm just going down. Had a stop line. I know you was excited. No, I was not. I promise you, Chris. I'm gonna give you one of my friends and call. And I said, man, because he calling me just talking, just tearing y'all up. I said, I don't even feel good about it. You know, y'all could have just let the Warriors win. If y'all gonna go get swept, I don't like this. In Boston too. I'm gonna talk about all of them in a minute. Hold on, y'all. Let me check my people. I had to come to YouTube just for a second. Headed back to okay. Let's see. I tried to warn. I tried to warn him about Joker, didn't I? Did I try? Thank you, Monte. See, Monte, thank you. Mindy ain't gonna say that, Monte, but I'm glad you said. Hey, dear Grease. Hey, dear Grease, how you doing? How you doing, dear Grease? Hold up. Hey, what's up, Eric? Morris Parson down in Miami. Boy, hey, be careful. You know, Morris, there is an NCAA a warning ban for all black people that travels to Florida. Governor DeSantis is having a war against black people down there. So be careful when you go to Florida, everybody. I got that in my notes, but thank you, Morris, for putting that up there. Be careful. Let me see. Belinda talking about the Lakers. See Belinda being mad. Got a chance to see Kevin Freitman was at a golf tournament this weekend. Him and Carlos Wilson. Carlos had his assortment of cigars. I didn't get a chance to come out. I saw him later. I came out later. Oh, that's KO. KO, my man. KO is in the building, man. Let's see. No, I didn't call the game. I ain't gonna tell you no, Malcolm. I don't want the credit for me talking about the Lakers. I just told you I didn't want them to win a game. So I ain't getting the credit. The credit go to Joker and Jamal Murray and those guys. I ain't gonna accept that. How was the golf? The golf tournament ain't to June the 5th, man. Evidently you ain't been looking at the dates. June 5th. But the other golf tournament for Kevin Freitman and went to, that's another golf tournament. That's not the one, the Bernardine Foundation. Jeremy Davis, June 5th. Send a donation to do something. Or be a volunteer, do something. Don't just ask about go out. Don't just ask about it. Let's be about it. The Lakers like a market correction on stock. Tina, what's up, Tina? What's up, Tina? Jeremy, I wonder if Jimmy's still drinking out of that. Jeremy, quit that, Jeremy. See, man, don't get on Jimmy. He don't know no better. Him quiet. Him quiet. Y'all leave him alone. Eric Boone is in the house. Ano Smith said, tell people how I called and put you. Oh my God, man. Hold up, man. This we got clowns on. Okay, we got clowns. All right. It's not even Joker killing us. It's Murray. Somebody said. Hold on, let me put this on you. Let me put this on you. Let me put this on you. It's not even Joker killing us. It's Murray. It's Murray. Look at that, y'all. It's not even Joker. Y'all, how did the golf tournament come out? Malcolm, what golf tournament you talking about? Shout out to Doug for a great event. We said that once. Yes, hold on. Let me see what else we got. Okay, we got Chop Shop Queens Brunch emails going out shortly. See this kind of stuff I like right here. We got some clown. Hey, y'all, we got trolls. Y'all, we got trolls. The Chop Shop got trolls. I love it. Who is this? Him quiet. Let me keep going. Rest in peace. We're going to talk about that. Y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all got to follow this journey this whole week. Got to follow this journey this whole week. It's going to be a unique journey. I'm going to stay quiet and sit back. Okay. No, you're all right. What you say? Hey, man. Nah. Tina said, don't get it twisted. Joker's facilitate. Thank you. Who is that, Kim? Let me put her back. What is she? Always got something to say. Hold on. You just take this whooping like a woman. Kim, it's not Joker killing us, it's Murray. It wouldn't be no Joker without, it wouldn't be no Murray without Joker. Kim, the way y'all playing Joker allows for Murray. Let me repeat that, Kim. Kim, the way y'all are playing the Joker allows for Murray to do what he does. You got me? You got me? Will somebody help poor Kim? She just can't take a whooping. She got to have an excuse. Get her, Tina. Somebody got her. I think Tina got over there. Somebody get her. What else we got? Who else we got out here, man? Let's see who else we got over here. Eric Harrison, them women don't want you at their brunch. Y'all notice, them women don't want y'all old greasy ass men at the brunch. The women don't want the men at the brunch. Just a women's brunch. Men's get in the way. You know, no women, y'all just stay. Women, keep it to the women. Men, y'all go have your own brunch. Okay, y'all go have your own brunch. Let me see. Melvin Dews. You know what? At least Kim talking. The other. See, I wasn't gonna talk about the Lakers today. I promise you. Cause Tina said, don't get it twisted. Joker for thank you. Joker MVP every night. Let's see. What else we got? Okay. A former Texas Longhorn defensive back who transferred to passed away over the weekend, according to announcement from a young man, Jaden Hullaby. That's Alfio putting that up there, y'all. I haven't confirmed this. I don't know anything about it. I'm just gonna put it up there. The Laker hate ain't real. Who hating on the Lakers? They 0-3, man. Patrick Henry. Hold up, y'all. See, this is kind of disillusional. I keep getting. Patrick Henry and Kim. The Lakers hate. They ain't hating. They 0-3. Wait a minute. What we supposed to come on here today? Y'all see, somebody talking about it's Jim Brown's birthday today. I mean, Jim Brown passed away the other day. Y'all see what I got behind me? I'm going to give y'all a history lesson today. History lesson time today. It's going to take me a week to do it because I'm going to give y'all bits and pieces. But we're going to have a little history lesson today about these guys back here. This ain't just no photo op, boy. It's a little bit something. Hatter, I'm starting the process of dusting off my clubs and getting back out there. One in college. Okay, come on out. Yeah, Eric, don't be stalking. Let's see. No men. That's why the brunches email on. I know what y'all was doing. Listen, did y'all? Hey guys, y'all know if they didn't invite me, they don't want y'all there. Come on, man. Yeah, come on, Eric, read the room, man. I need the guys to have their own. All right. What's up, Michael Garcia? Let me see. I'm just reading everybody. Read the story about Huckable Kid. You ready to go? Okay, I didn't know nothing about it. Why do men want to make their own? Now, I ain't mad at Eric for wanting to be around the women. Don't. Oh, Eric, I like that, Doc. I like that part. I like that part. But what we have to do is these women. All I want them to do is either share with us what y'all accomplished at the brunch. That's all. Okay. All right. So, all right, let me go. Bring out the brooms. Let me give y'all a little something. I don't know if y'all realize this. Years ago, Eric, years ago in the NBA would have a start time for the NBA finals, right? But it was kind of a floating time, and it was a floating time. It was fluid. It'll move it around, and if both series, both conference finals ended by a certain point, they would actually move up the start of the NBA finals, but not no more. So in theory, the conference finals really could be over tomorrow night. So that means that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we will have no games. You follow me? We have no games. If this ends, y'all got to understand, if this thing ends now, and the NBA championship goes 7 games later, goes 7 games. If they end the Lakers tonight and they end tomorrow, And by the time we get around it and start the conference final, I mean the championship, and if that thing goes 7 games, the championship, we almost to the end of this, y'all, and we won't crown a champion for a month. This is crazy. This is crazy. These guys get swept like this. What the hell is wrong? Shit. Doc Rivers wouldn't have got fired if these clowns had gone, got out the way and let the Philly win. Y'all follow me? You know, Stephen Curry would be on vacation right now. LeBron them just in the way, man. Where Bubba Dub at now? He trash. The Lakers ain't trash. Bubba Dub is trash. And I'm sitting there talking. You want to call them the NBA players trash and talk about what was the boy? But shout out to Doug. Look at Doug. Doug up in the Doug. You got let me Doug. When I finish talking about this, I'm gonna come to you. I'm glad you're here. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna talk about you while you're on the show. Y'all got to realize now the way these sweeps is going on. Y'all see, we're almost at the end. Y'all, why couldn't we just push the finals up to Sunday? You know, I know they got all this TV stuff and media stuff they got to do. I think it should be pushed up, y'all. Y'all, we got a chance to have Memorial Day weekend. We usually have the Memorial Day Massacre, the Memorial Day this. We had a lot of games on Memorial Day. We ain't gonna have no Memorial Day because these dudes get beat so quickly. Sorry ass teams. Got my dude fired and got my young fella put out. Yeah, okay. I wasn't gonna talk about the Lakers, but y'all made me. So what I'm saying, Ken Dean, think about what's happening. Do y'all understand what I'm talking about, y'all? It used to be long time ago. The NBA said, well, if they get sweep, we're gonna start this thing on Sunday. No, they're gonna start it on next Wednesday. The Wednesday after next. You follow me? So it's Skelton Solomon ain't said nothing. If you're a Laker fan, let talk to us. Laker fans, talk to us. So, but of course, y'all, of course, say it ain't so. I'm hooked on the playoffs. I need, but I'm just telling you. Look what's happening though, D. Watch this, D. Now, of course, tonight, LeBron will go to the line, shoot 35 free throws tonight. Jimmy Butler will have 3 fouls in the first quarter on tomorrow. And y'all, and they do. Y'all got to understand. Adam Silver. Y'all know what they say. You know, in TV terms, or when we on our broadcast for the show with TSU when we broadcast the games. Sometimes we got to stretch it out before the commercial. Man, y'all, we got to stretch this thing out. Adam Silver is gonna he gonna tell these folks, I need y'all to stretch this thing out. You know, the Celtics, you know what? And I thought about the Celtics. I don't think it's the amount of stretching that can help that damn team right now. Adam Silver's gonna have to look at Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in their face and say, "Hey, man, I'm trying to tell you to stretch, man. I'm trying to tell everybody to stretch, man. I need you to try and underline it 3 times with Jason." And underline and say, "Man, I need you to stretch." But y'all, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. I saw something this morning. I was riding and I heard the radio. Hey, fans, before y'all call these radio stations, man, y'all, before y'all comment on this show, y'all can't know what y'all talking about. Know what you're talking about. You hear me? know what you're talking about. It's a fan called up and said, why don't the assistant coaches like Damon Stoudemire help Missoula more? Somebody tell me right quick what's wrong with that. Somebody, let me see if y'all know. I just want, but your team, your nephew sitting at home. I know, Kim. I know they watch. Kim want to be smart. I know they watching Kim. But Kim, I want y'all to win a game. Kim, I take back my curse. You remember I said I didn't want them to win a game? I want them to win. Kim, I don't want it to be over this quick. Kim, if they get their ass whooped tonight and Boston get whooped tomorrow, Kim, guess what? We got to go, Tuesday, we got to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, we got to go all of these days without a game, Kimmy. I want you. Thank you, Alex. Alex, it was some fans, Alex, saying, serious, Alex, saying that it was weird. Said Damon Stoudemire need to help them. He coached for the Georgia Tech. Y'all fans know what the hell y'all talking about. But let me shout out. Let me shout out to my young fella, man. Let me shout out. Let me give him something right quick. They had a tournament this weekend, Doug Jones. And I saw some people tweet. Hold up. Some people tweeted this. Let me go into my Twitter. I saw some people tweet, Jim. And I didn't understand. They said, shout out to the referees. What the referees do? They had a picture of the referees at Doug Show. The referees was gathered up in the middle. What were they doing? Shout out to the referees, man. Because for some reason they said, this is what they said. Shout out to all our referees, our Houston area referees, underappreciated, often criticized. They are essential. Thank y'all for what y'all put up with. We can give y'all a break every now and then, y'all. Man, shout out to them referees, man. I saw that, and I wanted to shout out to those guys. Then some people was talking about some teams got humbled this weekend at Doug's. Let me tell y'all something. Little teams out here. Little teams. Don't y'all be out here. Y'all better go scout these shoe sneaker teams and go scout these top teams out here in Houston before y'all go and talk about y'all want to play them and get mollywopped all over the place. That's not good. Get your weight up and get your game together, get your development together, and then you come back when you're strong. Don't be out here calling out these teams. I'm just helping you out. If my son was on one of them teams, I'll tell my son's coach, man, quit calling them dudes out, man. Leave them folks alone. But I just wanted to share that with y'all because y'all, we got some clown ass Negroes out here. Yeah, I had to say it. Out here running some of these teams. They just don't have, they have no couth at all. Parents, beware and vet. Vet mean research the people who are in control of these teams. I'm looking you in the face. I'm telling you right now, research these people who just popping up with teams and charging you your money. Don't do it. You better Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com. You better do it. We're going to vet these people. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. It's the last time I'm going to tell you. But shout out to Doug. And I asked Doug, I said, Doug, where did the Doug jump? And shout out to Rick Nelson and Jim Hicks, because when Doug had a problem this weekend, at the last minute, they tell him he can't have 7 courts. And he had to scramble and make that up. And Jimmy Hicks and Rick Nelson, and this is what Doug told me, sprung into action and helped him get these particular venues so the show must go on. Hey, devil out there, people out there, all the crazy stuff you're doing, the show must go on, because this young man works with RCS Sports. And he go out there and been watching y'all kids for years. I've been seeing Jug in the gym for years. I don't know if he was in the gym. He was in the gym when my son was playing. I just didn't know him then. But I asked him, I said, Doug, what made you start the Doug Does It? And he said, Mr. Adam, he said, during the pandemic, Rick Nelson, Jim Hicks inspired him. Said, man, go do something. Go do it. Go start your own tournament. He started with 30 teams. And I don't know how many teams it was this time. He said then in 2001, 2021, it got better than 2000. Let me tell you something. And his niche is, y'all watch this, because we're always talking about the top teams and the top players. His niche was finding the diamonds in the rough. He said he found one dude he didn't know could play like this in his tournament. Now think about it. Doug mentioned this kid to me. I don't know the kid's name right now, but he mentioned the kid to me. Guess what? This kid gonna be looked at more, and I'm gonna start looking at the kid. So these tournaments, some people think are unnecessary, but sometimes we have to get away from all the fluff and the fanfare and just watch the other guys play and see how they stack up against each other. So shout out to you, Doug. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. You are one of the guys in the community. It's a lot of people in this community I can't say about. I got a crazy ass phone call from a clown this weekend. It's a lot of people in this industry. when you expose them, they come up limp. But Doug, you under adversity. And let me tell you something. It's a word to you. Y'all, Doug, expect this sometime. Expect stuff in when you're doing something big, expect something to go wrong. So always have another plan, a problem solving mechanism in place to help you. Okay? All right. So anytime, and I know you got one, but it's just my word to you today. Yeah, shout out to the referees. And that's Doug said he came away with the phrase this weekend, y'all. Everybody want to play somebody until they play somebody. So coaches, summer coaches, youth league coaches, and I know you want the opportunity to play against these guys, but make sure, go scout these guys first. Make sure your team is prepared when they come and play against these type of, because hey, let me tell you something. Them sneaker teams, them kids can play. Them defenders, them JL3s, them people got that name. Let me tell you something, because the people in those organizations, they are commissioned. It was a mandate for those people. It's a mandate for those people to let me see. You said somebody's comments. I didn't see no comment up there, dude. What did you talking about? What comment did the guy do? I haven't seen no comment. It didn't pop up on my page. I don't know what you're talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. I don't know. I ain't seen no comments. So I ain't seen no comment by this guy. Kevin, why do you want his comments to be talked about? And I'm going to explain to y'all about comments on this show. I'm going to explain to y'all about that in a little bit. And yeah, he said the circus and the clowns don't hang around with lions. Yeah. Yeah. So I let me take a break because y'all. I need y'all to share this show because I got something I want to share with y'all. Got something I want to share with y'all. Let me make sure that you got you some wine though. Hold on. Solomon Bryant wines, y'all go to solomonandbryant.com. Order you some wine today. Let me tell you some. The Vernon Dean Foundation Golf Tournament is coming up soon. Let me get it to you right here. Uh, the Vernon Dean. That's the information right there. But just let it play at the bottom of the screen. But you know, I'm gonna talk about the Lakers. I'm gonna talk about all of that stuff. But I want to share some with y'all. Um, Thank you, Doug. No, thank you. And thank you, Kevin Freidman, because I didn't know the guy's name, but we'll talk about that this week about the guy saying that word. It's some more important stuff, Doug, that happened, and I want to share with y'all. You know, Jim Brown passed over the weekend. Um, Let me see. Let me see. I got a lot of stuff with people. You know, I've heard a lot of different stuff about him. Um, let's see. Heard a lot of I heard a lot of tweets. It was a lot of polarizing tweets. And I'm gonna walk y'all through some stuff. You follow me? Let me see. Jim Brown. I want to walk y'all through some stuff. Not this one. Okay. Um, you know, was he a great man? Yes. Was he a flawed man? Without question. I got so much Jim Brown stuff I want to share with y'all because I saw some tweets and a woman tweeted. I understand. I forgot who she is. I'm gonna post it one day when I go back. I got to go back and look it up. She was just saying, man, y'all deifying this guy. Deifying this guy, and he was this, and he was this, and he was this, and he was this, he was this, he was this, and hold on one second, because I am about to sneeze, and I don't want to do it in your ear. Hold on one. Do it in your ear. Whew. But you know, I was thinking about uh Richard Pryor and his iconic Live on Sunset Strip. I think it was one of the best live comedy specials ever, describing his battle with the pipe and with drugs, and Jim Brown showing up for him. And saying, "What you gonna do?" I couldn't play it on here because it was too much cursing, and I didn't know if they had copyright. Just go up, look up Richard Pryor, and Google Richard Pryor and Jim Brown, and Google it. Thank you, Troy Callahan. But Troy, he asked Jim, "What you going?" Jim asked Richard, "What you gonna do? Are you gonna keep doing this? Are you gonna end our friendship?" But Jim Brown showed up for him. You follow me? He had a man that showed. Yeah, this Jim Brown is behind me back there. Behind me, it's the iconic picture called the Ali Summit. I got that up there for a reason. Uh, there's going to be a lot of y'all. Listen to me. He showed up. Troy Callahan. When you needed something, you probably had a friend that showed up. Seneca, I can tell by your reaction. When you needed something, you probably been there. When your friend really needed something, you showed up. Richard Pryor was killing himself. And the only person who he would listen to was Jim Brown. The social structure, how they see us, and what you gonna do. What you gonna do? I would ask, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, Troy Callahan? Seneca, what you gonna do? Seneca, you're going somewhere wrong. What you gonna do? Listen to me. Like I said, there are gonna be some discussions out here. That's why I got to address it today. Gonna be a lot of discussions about Jim Brown. What's up, Don Hall? Glad to see you back. I hope you're back safe. Talking about women being thrown over balconies. I'm gonna give it to y'all. What's up, Slim? Rape at the Playboy Mansion. Okay. There's gonna be this iconic picture behind me with Bill Russell and flanking Muhammad Ali. Okay. It's gonna be out here now. There's going to be a lot of talk about Raquel Welch. You know, he kissed her. I think one of the first black men to kiss a white woman in movies, in 100 Rifles. You're going to hear about that. You're going to hear about football. Slim, you're going to hear about lacrosse. Greatest lacrosse player ever. And one of the greatest, they said the greatest football player ever. That's who they named. But who is Jim Brown? Who is Jim Brown to you? Who he is to us? The social structure gonna write that up there. They're gonna write that up there. That's what they're gonna talk about. I just gave you the stuff that they're gonna do, Slim. But who he is to us. And I got a question. Is there a social structure, how they see him? And a governance structure, how we see. Y'all got to understand. I just got introduced to the difference just 3 years ago. The social structure, how they see us, and the governance structure, how we see each other. I just got introduced to this 3 years ago in a class. Because we live in these two worlds, and maybe it's more than two of these worlds for some of us. So, how do we contort and navigate these spaces? Have heroes that are complicated. How we do that? Because all people are flawed and complicated. All people are flawed and complicated. Beyond the crime, beyond the abuse. Do we throw away the baby with the bathwater? As black people, we never have. We always left space to deal with the complicated among us and still elevate the things that they did that were good. We're able to chew up the meat and spit out the bones, which is something I always encourage people to do because I don't want to lose the good morsels. We would examine the things that could choke us and get, we're going to examine those things or get caught in the throat. We're going to watch them. You know, we're going to watch that. We're going to watch certain things. You feel me? So some people, y'all got to realize this. I just thought about this. Some people, had they died 20 years ago, none of this would be an issue. I think about Bill Cosby. If he makes his transition, you know, when he died, you know what it's going to be now? The 75 women, 75 women. If he make transition, that's what they're going to talk about. That's what the social structure going to talk about. Are you going to talk about it? It's not going to be the Cosby Show. It's not going to be Fat Albert. It's not going to be Alvin Poussaint. It's not going to be all of the amazing things that he did in different communities to show up for our folks. It's not going to be about that. It's going to be about the 75 women. And I understand. Shouldn't have did that to them 75 women. I'm hot about 75 women. Keep your damn hand off of people. Learn how to talk to people. Don't drug them. But had he passed Bill Russell 20 years prior, he would have had a hero send-off. I'm paralleling him and Jim Brown right now. Look at the Queen of England. Look at the Queen of England. Had she passed 20 years ago, when we wasn't aware of all the corruption and what they did to the young girl over here, Barry. Thank you, Barry, for saying something, because ain't nobody saying nothing but Malcolm. Malcolm, you scaring me, man. Come on, man. You scaring me. Think about it. The coronation, we weren't even paying attention this time. We used 20 years ago, we probably would have. See, now we know this is some bull crap out here. That the Queen of England, that how they just stole the jewels on that crown was stolen from Africa. 20 years ago, they could have got away with that. It's interesting how timing is also the period and the time we're in is also so very relevant to how we view people. That book, Jeremy Cunningham, that book, Stolen Focus. I was reading. We don't pay attention. And that was before the devices overtook us. Watch this. This was before the device. At what age? What age? Y'all got to help me with this. At what age would George Washington have to die before we wouldn't remember him as the father of our country? And I'm saying that tongue completely stitched to my cheek. Instead of a slave-owning criminal, George Washington, at no age, at no age we wouldn't. At no age. In other words, certainly, Bill Cosby shouldn't have put his hand on any human being. And Hugh Hefner should have never had a place where anybody could put their hands on a human being. But as Hugh Hefner is laid to rest, how is he remembered? He was the original Jeffrey Epstein. Not to them, but to those of us who are thinking as human beings, he was celebrated. Walking around in pajamas, having them underage women in his Playboy mansion. He was celebrated. I need people to understand. Yes, Simeon. Celebrated. You helped them. Let me tell y'all something, Barry McDonald. And I want y'all to hear me on this one. To your trolls and to your other people. I need people to understand the conversations that I'm having on this Chop Shop is not through any white person's lens. Things that Jimmy say are through his lens. I'm through my lens. Things, it's not through anybody else's lens. It's through us remembering who we were before we got here. I've learned during the pandemic a lot more who we were, before we ever even came over here. The first step of to healing is sometimes we got to admit we have a problem in our community. Watch this. As we go into this family reunion season, around letting the oppressive pedophiles at the spade tables, y'all know what I'm talking about, but nobody is saying nothing. I'm reading this book, Stolen Focus. I'm in a chapter where they talk about giving Ritalin to children because they can't pay attention. But the real problem is the trauma that they are experiencing in their homes. Black folks, they medicate them and never talk to these kids, Barry. One kid got his head bashed in by I think by his dad, and there was some abuse going on. That's why he couldn't focus. He was coming to school every day, getting abused at night, and not being able to get a good night's sleep. So when he come to school, he's going to be freaking restless, teachers. But they medicate our kids. One mother who I'm reading the book, one mama who came and saw her husband abusing her son in the shower. So she sends him off to his birth daddy to live. And then they medicating this kid at school because he's still dealing with trauma. Yeah, I'm talking about Jim Brown. I'm talking about R. Kelly. I'm talking about all this. It makes me think of Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, who's been on this show before, and is a great friend of Kevin Freeman's. Make me think about him. Y'all watch this. Watch this. In his book, At a Blink of the Eye, he writes about, I was just thinking about the things that we don't ask. You remember I just said, we don't ask the kids questions. The things we just don't ask. The man said, this is what he said. Mr. Rauf, he said, man, I had Tourette's syndrome. I'm literally on a court with the Denver Nuggets, and the league calls and said, I've got to be fined because I don't have my socks rolled all the way up because it's covering up the logo. Y'all hear me now? It's freaking NBA. Y'all watch this. He said, what I'm trying to explain to them is that Tourette's, I have a certain way I have to move through the world. My socks are down to my ankles. I can't explain. I can't explain it to you. I just know that if they're not down there, I'm obsessing about it. And it's going to affect my game. Let me table that, Mindy. I'm going to come back to it. I see you. I'm going to come back to it. Did y'all hear me? So what does he do? He said he rolled up his socks and still went out there and gave John Stockton 51. They didn't listen to him. Listen to your kids, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't have his socks down to defy the NBA. He got those socks down because he's going to be thinking about the socks the whole game because of his sickness. The point I'm raising is that we don't treat people like humans, beings in this society. I know y'all wanted me to talk about the Lakers, but I got to talk about Jim Brown. I got to talk about this today. I told y'all every day I have this burning desire to talk about what's trending. The Lakers, terrible, stuff that we need to hear. Every single day, I wrestle with what I need to say on this show. Every single day. Think about this. Every day, I get to be on this show and across these airways. And it's a privilege, not a right. Every day, there's somebody out there listening and that I feel is going to be helped. Thank you, Tina. Tina, I'm talking about sports. I'm talking about stuff that happened to our guys in sports. Jim Brown, the sports figure. Muhammad Ali. These guys behind me. Wait, I ain't done yet. Y'all, like I said, every day there's somebody out there listening that I feel is going to be helped. I'm talking to more and more people, more celebrities that y'all look up to, who are in counseling, who have therapists. Y'all hear me? Thank you, Don. Did y'all hear what I said? I'm talking to more and more people and celebrities who are in counseling, who have therapists. Make me want to go get one. I'm thinking about it. Troy, watch this, Troy. When I'm listening to Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, and I imagine not just the excoriating and the demonization from people who loved them when the team was winning. You love the jersey and then the flag. He is not standing for the flag. Like the patriotism is also to me a demented situation because it's not rooted in anything right or righteous. It's still rooted in whiteness. You ban this man out of the league. I think about this man and what he could have been. Raised in terror. And to find solace in Allah. And to be judged harshly. And to lose his career. Lose everything. Have his house burned down. And still is a pleasant human being when he came on this show. I think about the Central Park Five. And now the exonerated five. What could those brothers have been? We have to talk about these things, y'all. We are in a culture where people are presenting content for clicks and likes. And then you come in the Chop Shop with these clown-ass comments. You are going to get gathered up by me and blocked because you don't have a right to just talk out of your dingleberries. Go Google that if you don't know what that is. You don't have a right. If you haven't read a book or sat in this community with us, You are not going to be spouting off. I'm just letting you know that right now. I want to live in a world where there are sensible people who actually want to work towards something, not just have an opinion. Sonia. Stolen Focus. This book I'm reading, Jeremy. And the reason I'm telling you, Jeremy, because you asked me about the information on it. Watch this. In this book, Stolen Focus, will tell you how we are conditioned to have an opinion with no knowledge. We are conditioned next for the next opinion, for the next likes. The engagements means money for these social media platforms. And Jimmy came on, and I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to tell you how these people are Rick and Rob are make. Hey, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to put a footnote right there because Jimmy came on. I'm going to put a footnote right there. But tomorrow, I got something. I'm going to continue this. I'm going to deliver y'all tomorrow if you want to get delivered. So delivery time tomorrow on the Chop Shop. But Jimmy, what's going on, man? Hey, I was just talking about Jim Brown. I'm going to be all week because I'm glad you came in. I want to piece it up. So you got to watch this show. You got to watch that show. You got to watch it all week. Jim Brown, polarizing figure, Jimmy. But boy, let me tell you, when I always wondered where I got my information about Jim Brown. Jimmy, it was never from nobody that looked like me. I got it from somebody else that looked like somebody else, not the people looking like. So I was getting information. Now I'm getting information. Jimmy, the only person living in that picture back there, Jimmy, behind me. One person walking above ground. That's Muhammad Ali. He was a freshman. I'm sorry, not Muhammad Ali. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Jimmy, he was a. Hold up, listen to me, y'all. Jimmy, I'm just gonna take y'all because I want them people to see. Because I'm giving you some stuff to look forward to tomorrow. Y'all take a look right there. Take a look back there. Ali something. See that little boy right there? He was a freshman in college. Had his whole future in front of him, and he's sacrificing it up there to be with Muhammad Ali. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Them men in the back, wait till I explain to y'all this week who they are. But this freshman right here had his whole future at stake when them white folks saw him on this picture. And he risked it all. Now I bring you back, Jimbo. Come on, man. Let's get out of here. What's up, man? Hey, boy, you around here. Hold up. What's your favorite day? Hatter. I like to be called a problem solver. I heard you was solving problems this weekend, bro. I heard you. Y'all, that's his claim to fame. When I found out, when Doug told me what happened, and Doug told me how you and Rick just came down with your guy. Y'all just come out the sky like y'all was the super friends. And, super friends unite. And y'all made it happen. Let me tell you something, man. It was so funny because you always talking about you and your problem solving. So thank you for this community. Cause I know you. I know a lot of people, they got Jimmy, they talked about Jesus, Jimmy. When I learned that, Jimmy, when I found out, shout out to Yolanda Green, I saw her yesterday at the top ladies of distinction. They had a brunch. And shout out to the top ladies of distinction. They had a brunch yesterday, Jimmy, and all the women coming out with their hats and looking all cute and sharp out there at the golf course. And I saw them coming out the clubhouse, and I saw Yolanda Green, and she told me, "Where's Jimmy?" I said, "Jimmy ain't coming out here. Jimmy ain't coming out here on no golf course." But I can't wait, y'all. This week, follow the show this week. because I got some stuff to share y'all about this Jim Brown. Jim Brown was more. Oh, Jimmy, here we go. Jim Brown was more than an athlete. He was more than a dude that threw some girls off some balconies, which he shouldn't have. He was more than a girl that was raping, or they say was raping some girls in the Playboy Mansion. Hey, hold up. First of all, Hugh Hefner shouldn't have let him in, and Hugh Hefner got them underage women. But they celebrate him. But we're gonna talk about this week. What's up, Jimmy? What's that? Talk to me.
Oh man, shoot! I'm gonna get my legs up under me after this weekend. Of course, the Doug Dozen Classic is complete, and probably Doug Jones and his brother Ray, Fat Cat Jones. Probably somewhere resting. Good to see a lot of those young people in the gym and compete. Probably one of the first events, whereas I don't think there was no opponent that pretty much declined or ran away or ducked another opponent. Did my best with the time constraints that we had putting the schedule together. There was a lot of teams I probably wish I would have known they would have had additional players, added a player for the weekend, and had I known, I could have gave them possibly better competition. Like, for example, Dream Elite, Akeem Olajuwon's team and program. A lot of people in the gym, many teams probably have grown kind of half immune because they get to see Akeem Olajuwon. He's there pretty much every time that team plays, sitting on the bench. And, this is one of the greatest players to have ever suited up in the National Basketball Association. But then it's always refreshing when you see, like, Akeem Olajuwon, they play in a team from McAllen, Texas, and they go and they take pictures with those young guys, and that's a life memorable moment that's created from such events. But that Dream Elite team picked up, the young fella had a Divine.
Now you go.
Yeah, Ugo Chukwu.
Yeah.
And for the weekend,
Clemens.
he played with Dream Elite, which gives them a whole different dynamic with Divine out there.
So hold on, Jimmy. Let me explain to people. Some people might not know. This is a guy that plays on the EYBL circuit.
Yeah.
And they wasn't playing this weekend. He decided to come play with his friends. Because I know a lot of them people, they go to school together. But keep going.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's a good thing. And so it goes to prove this young man is not it hadn't went Hollywood on his team, on his high school team.
I got you.
I didn't think he's too good
to play.
Go back and play with his brothers.
Maybe a kid that like to hoop.
And you gotta like the hoop, of course. Definitely to come on suited up on a particular weekends as such that you had originally designated as an off or rest weekend.
Right.
So he was balling. Good to see that. Like I said, I wish I would have known I would have been able to. I tried my best to try to give him a last minute opponent that was compatible, one of the sneaker flavored programs, but it just couldn't work out. Also, Jacoby Osborne. He suited up with the Houston Raptors, Benjamin. Bobby Benjamin.
Oh, I like that.
He plays with the Dream Vision out of California team. He goes to Elkins High School. And
wait a minute, I thought he was with the Fresno Flyers, with the team he grew up with.
Hey, that's what he used to play with.
Okay,
Dream Vision.
Update me.
Yeah, and Fresno Flyers was present playing in the Doug's Dozen. And the magic question is, kind of like reminds you of the young man we talked about the other week that left the Houston Raptors and then went and played with the EYBL team out of Louisiana, live on, only to come back and start and join Fam Elite.
I'm finna add something to that. And his little brother still play for the Raptors.
Yes, with the Raptors,
the younger team,
with Nettie.
Yeah. Think about that, Jimmy. Think about that. That's a unique dynamic. But keep going.
That proves that the blood isn't all bad.
No, it's not. It's not. No.
But it's just one of those things where he moved on. So like Jacoby has moved on from the Fresno Flyers program. Obviously, his actions showed it. He's with the Raptors. They balled out. So, and it's like,
Good.
had I known Jacoby was with the Raptors.
And Jacoby, Jimmy, hold up, Jimmy, because we got some people. Jacoby is one of the top players in Houston. Yeah. I saw this kid at your event, our first middle school event, and I've been following this kid's career ever since.
Yeah, absolutely. And and we talking about. I mean, it had a lot of people. It's not may not realize, and we're talking about Jacoby is a top. What I got him. What we have Jacoby?
Oh, he's top.
He's in the top 20 for certain.
Easy
in the area. He's getting longer. He's getting better. Right. And I watched him play with Dream Vision twice this summer already. The team out of California. So those was just two of the young men who went and played with, adopted some teams this weekend.
Jimmy, I got something for you. Dream Vision. This the same team that Winston Shepard played for a long time ago. That same area. Somebody in that area is feeding. Because Jacoby could have went to Hightower. Shepard went to Hightower. I'm talking about that same little area right there. Jacoby Elkins right down the street. And is that a coincidence? Somebody in California go get two guys from the same geographical, the same 2-mile radius?
It could be a coincidence. It's a 10-year.
It's a 10-year gap. But
no, 12-year gap.
Yeah,
12-year gap.
But hey.
So it's possible.
It just made me think.
But he's one of those guys doing well. Also, we have I put together a detailed recap and posted it in the VIP news on rcssports.com. So I can talk and elaborate more on the Doug's Dozen Classic tomorrow. But if you want a recap, go into the VIP news, get your fix of who did what. And I basically today I highlighted all of the teams who did not lose a game. It was 25 teams that did not lose a single game this past weekend. 25 teams. So I highlighted those 25 teams, gave a shout out, and I detailed the recaps. I started out with all of the 17 and under teams that went undefeated, along with listing the top performers from each and every one of those teams. A lot of work, a lot of good verbiage out in there. That's the VIP news on rcssports.com. So over the weekend, grassroots basketball news. A couple of kids, of course, committed to colleges, which is always a great thing. I think TJ Ford Jr. has ended his recruiting experience, and he's committed to Incarnate Word. Now, remember, I elaborated and I broke this scenario down to you guys twice on the Chop Shop about the TJ Ford program and the TJ Ford team, that talented, very talented 17 and under team from the TJ Ford basketball academy. Well, and I said to you, that team also has a few unsigned seniors. And as great as the team does, well, has a couple of unsigned seniors in the backcourt, primarily, which is TJ Ford Jr., Bryce Smith. And I say, as well as if they keep doing well, then one of those guys will get a Division I scholarship offer, which TJ Ford has one. And that means a decision will have to be made. Do you continue to play basketball? And anybody in the right mind knows nowadays it isn't like yesteryear. When these young men sign in basketball, they are often reporting to the college campus. When, Hatter?
Shit, and first July, right after the camp month, the first week in July for summer school.
Either June or July, the
Yeah.
first, that's when they are reporting for one of those summer school sessions
Yes. Yeah.
because a lot of the staffs nowadays, they want these young men to get acclimated
Yeah.
to the college life,
Yeah.
and especially before and get to know their way around campus,
Mm-hmm.
especially before all of the students return in the fall. That way you won't be bumping into people. You'll know kind of the lay of the land, and you will understand some of the workload,
The rigors.
some of the stuff you have to do going with your basketball program as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is almost like a prerequisite now. Everybody goes to school to one of those sessions first or both in some cases
Mm-hmm.
to get ahead on those credits as well, because once the season starts, once the fall semester starts, it can wreak havoc on a young person who's living by
And then you're
themselves.
right. Some of them come in June too, Jimmy, because some of them work the camps. You're right.
Yeah.
Some of them
Yeah.
come in June. They work the camps. I mean, I
Yes.
don't know. Yeah, different schools got different things they do, because some schools don't, and then some schools do. So yeah, that's a good point. Great point.
Yeah. So and I explained, I said, so this team does well, then TJ Ford now, whether he's not going to be able to play with the team, because, and they've been rewarded with a upgrade into the main Adidas circuit, the 3SSB. So this team would not be the same because Bryce Smith is sitting on a couple of junior college offers. Since TJ Ford is gone, what is Bryce Smith going to do? I think it's down to Lee Junior College and Tyler Junior College are the two who's recruiting and who has offers still on the table for Bryce Smith. What does Bryce do? Does he gamble further and wait until the live period? Because otherwise, for non-Division One schools, hell, damn near every weekend is a live period for them. So you don't have to wait and play to July. I mean, just follow what I'm saying. So, hey man, a decision has to be made. And you're talking about graduations are coming up next week. This is the graduation week we're about to enter. Kids are graduating. I don't know if they do it now at all schools, but some schools, for those who get scholarships, they announce it when they announce the name. They'll say Robert Hatter Jr., Cornell University, full academic, full athletics. They announce it for some kids. I don't know, at certain schools.
Yeah, they do.
That's a hell of a feeling. A parent that has to warm through think about it. It's just reverbs through the building.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Parents.
I think I man, it's so long now ago, but I think they do. If you got a scholarship somewhere, if you go in school somewhere, they announce it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So who wouldn't want that name or that announcement to be made if you got stuff on the table and you're getting ready to march and you don't want to and you want to deprive yourself of that, man? You better let the world know. And when all those other kids that rode the bench gonna get up there, because it don't matter academic or athletic, they announce many of those.
Yeah, they do.
So look, Open, who rode the bench for to go up there across that stage and gonna be an intramural star somewhere at Boogaloo State. He gonna get his stuff announced, and you're gonna get up there and walk up there and he'll say your name. Oh no, partner! A decision is expected to be done pretty soon. Alfio Veazey is watching the Chop Shop. He's with the TJ Ford program. Alfio, is TJ Ford Jr. going to continue to play one last hoorah? Will the TJ Ford team get one last hoorah in?
Alfio don't know that. That's probably a family thing. Alfio wouldn't know that. You got to call. All you got to do, you got to call TJ. He'll know. Yeah, Alfio wouldn't know that. If Alfio know that and told you on that, that's why they don't tell him. That's why they wouldn't tell him that.
Throw Alfio to the left.
Yeah.
So that's big news and big for TJ Ford Jr. I know it's been a hell of a stressful, very stressful recruiting experience for this young man.
You think it's been stressful? I mean, the kid got talent. You know what I'm saying? He got good genes. So the stress part, where do you think the stress part from? And you might know more than I know, but I wouldn't think it would be stress. You got to think about it. The kid is from a family that's able to pay for his way in college if they want to. So where's the stress? You talking about going up higher levels or something like that? If that's stress, then no, I don't think that should be stress. I mean, but like I said, you might know more than I know.
Well,
Why would you call it stress?
the reason I would call it stress is because, first of all, when you are especially in the city in this area, we've seen several sons of former NBA stars, uh, and those expectations that those young men may have to please and live up to the expectation or the expected expectations of their father. Sometimes, in many cases, the young man will fall short, and that's one degree of stress. Secondly, there's always a plan that sometimes the father may map out for their sons and say, okay, man, we got it all mapped out because my son don't have to worry about this. We're gonna go to this school right here, and this coach, I know him and that's he's like an uncle to me. He's like a dad to me, and we're gonna go here. He says it's okay. It's kind of like it's like an offer, but not really an offer. Just man, and so as you get closer to that moment, like I remember TJ Ford had shared a couple of years back, that his son was gonna go to Tennessee because Rick Barnes. That was when they inducted TJ into the Hall of Fame at Texas. And remember, Rick Barnes showed up there, and it was an emotional moment, a viral moment on social media. And then afterwards, shortly afterwards, from TJ, I understand you might have been in the moment, but the kid may have really believed that he was gonna go to Tennessee, and even as a walk on, a preferred walk on. That did not transpire. Then the kid gets invited to the top 100 camp as a legacy invite, and he gets there and he plays on the team, and holds his own against many of the top players in the country. And so that Division One coaches were there. They were watching. They can evaluate, and then so you're thinking, okay, this is the opportunity. We should get the big schools or the Power Fives are going to be coming, and you play high school basketball. You lead the team in scoring. You're doing this right here, and the needle isn't moving. So that can be stressful because as you get down that November, no Division One offers are on the table when some of your peers, these guys are signing, committing, and they're going and closing the deals. So now, but at the same time, guess what? All eggs don't hatch on the same day. It's a great, and remember, also how we missed out a chapter in that book.
Okay.
TJ Ford did the unexpected. He let his son last year disbanded the team that his son played on and let his son go and play with the Houston Hoops. That
Last year.
experience,
Last
that
year.
last summer,
Right.
that experience resulted in TJ pulling his son in the middle of one of the tournaments, the night that the Hoops was playing in, when the Hoops brought in the little kid, the what they call him, the little kid from Duncanville High School, little Jackson, and brought him in. And he was eating up some of TJ Ford's allotted minutes, and TJ brought him home. So that stuff, stress. It gas, to some degree, maybe not a whole lot of stress, but he's cool, calm, collected, and it works. And eventually, I say it all the time, they all end up where they belong. I think Incarnate Word is a solid fit for TJ Ford Jr.
What league they're in?
Uh, 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 Southland, right?
Okay, I don't keep up with it. I don't keep up.
They used to be in the Southland. They moved them, they have moved conferences. I know they was in the Southland, if I'm not mistaken. But good move for him because they have a new staff that's in there, and I think Jaron, one of the guys, I think Jaron Jackson, one of the guys, he's assistant coach there, But anyway, it's going to be a
Yeah.
solid move. Solid move.
Okay.
He could play. That's a school and that's a program he can play. Remember, Trey Miller was one of the leading scorers last year as a freshman at Incarnate. He's transferred now, and he's moved on over the weekend and made his announcement that
Who did? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Trey Miller. You remember Trey
I
Miller?
don't know him. I don't
He's
know
going
him.
to Southern Illinois.
Okay. Okay.
So he's going from that school as well. So that those slots opens up. It's he gets a fair shot. Now, mind you, there's a big fella that plays on that team as well. That's another unsigned senior, Big Chucky. So Big Chucky, he plays on that Clements team that was with
Okay.
Divine.
Okay.
So he's 6'11",
Okay.
and he's been having a splendid summer. He has offers on the table as well. And Incarnate Word is one of them. It could be a quote unquote package deal. Well, Chucky hasn't committed to them yet. I know New Mexico State, I said, was the school to beat.
Mm-hmm.
But, and
Jimmy,
we got
James Boogie said, I would love for HBCUs to have a shot at some of these athletes. But I wonder did an HBCU reach out to him? See, James, sometimes HBCU is not reaching out to freshmen a lot. It ain't that the freshmen don't want to go to HBCUs. Most of these HBCUs we've learned over the last a lot of years, Jimmy, since Coach Davis, Mike Davis was in the SWAC. So Mr. Boogie, a lot of these HBCUs ain't your freshmen got to be, I don't know, got to be different. Jimmy, what you think about that?
about which part?
About the freshmen, because he asked the question. He said, I would love for HBCUs to have a shot at some of these guys like TJ Ford Jr. But congratulations, TJ Ford Jr.
A lot of parents, man, and that's what I'm saying. It's a smart move for the Ford family because I honestly believe if Trey Miller went there and he could play. Now, mind you, they're going to gut that team and go into the portal, bringing a mixture of upperclassmen and high school talent at Incarnate Word to fill out their roster.
Okay.
There's a new staff in, mind you.
Okay.
He can, the opportunity as well as the proximity.
HBCU. What's the
because of that, HBCUs is highly unlikely. We thinking HBCUs because we're based in Houston.
We got HBCU right here. Yeah.
We're thinking Prairie View, TSU.
Yes.
We think it comes first to mind.
Yeah.
Well, it's highly unlikely that a freshman will be able to go to one of those schools.
Absolutely.
That's what we're thinking about.
I got you.
And he will be able to play.
Absolutely. Now I understand that.
Like this. The athletic director at TSU has had two sons come to their program, and his sons had to both wait. One of them didn't touch the court until 3 years in.
Yeah.
And that's the AD.
I got you.
That's the AD.
I got you.
So it's you want to go. That's why I say, and you think about the proximity, Heather. TJ Ford, University of Texas, Austin, Texas, is right up the road from San Antonio. Yeah. So that means you could be rest assured that there's going to be fans of Incarnate Word and there's University of Texas alums that are going to go and see Incarnate Word play just to see TJ Ford Jr., just to support them, just because they know the dad is going to be in the stands and they can get an autograph or get a bump for a photo op with TJ Ford Sr. Okay. That stuff matters. That's a trip that TJ Ford can make and be back and sleep in his own bed, him and his wife and his family.
Yeah. And the sister.
That's what I'm saying.
And the dad and the mom. I mean, grandma and granddad. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a perfect spot. And he'll be able to go and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go. I didn't look at it like that, but I just wanted to bring up what he said on the feed. That's a good. But Mr. Boogie, man, it's hard for a freshman to play in that swag dot. You got to understand, Mr. Boogie. I don't know if you've been around, not long you've been around. I I'm on the broadcast of the TSU game, so I get to see these dudes twice a year, and a freshman is Zyterius Mortal, who Herb Baker just mentioned a minute ago. He is he was one of the most promising freshmen there, and he had what 30 point game, 30 point. He was rolling, and then we came in. That second time around, it changed. So it's just, and he is physically talented enough to play in the SWAC and start in the SWAC. But you got to be able to defend in the SWAC. You got to do. It's just so much stuff, man. It's the SWAC is not that easy, man, for a freshman. So that's why he and I know he said as opposed to them waiting. Oh, okay. He said as opposed to waiting at a PWI as a freshman in 97. I worked out with the team my junior and senior year, but at that time, what do you say? But at the time, they only recruited out of Mississippi. UH Grab Gold, Wild Jones, and Bird. Okay, I got you. All right, I like that. But yeah, but this that HBCU, man, they a lot of them not recruiting freshmen as much. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah,
What else you
yeah.
got, Jim?
So, other than that, one of the transfer portal list is also posted on the front of rcssports.com. If
Mm-hmm.
you guys been keeping tabs of a lot of the former high school stars from around the area and where they played at and where they're headed, and you will notice that list. It started out with 37
Mm-hmm.
players on the Division 1.
That's what it started off with. What date? What date it started off with? You
I
don't remember?
think I think Doug Jones started comprising that list around mid March,
Mm-hmm.
and it swirled up to 37. And as it stands, there's only 24 of the 37 have made their decisions and successfully completed their transfer. Um, Out of those 24, 23 are going from Division 1 to Division 1. That means there's 13 remaining players that has not solidified their destinations. 13. However, of those 13, I just give you a couple of names. The hottest name by far is uh, uh, the young fellow Jesse Zarzuela. Jesse Zarzuela played from Spring Woods High School a couple of years ago. He's a red shirt sophomore. I think he was at I want to say Central Michigan this past season, and I think Coppin State before that. And he took an official visit to Oregon this past week, and Oregon is one of his possible destinations. And I'm hearing that Jeff Capel is on the line and would possibly bringing this young man in uh, there but on a visit as well. So I know Ole Miss with Chris Beard is on his line and trying to get him to come and take a visit down in Oxford, Mississippi. But my thing is, this young man got out the mud. Some kids get better as he has, and eventually they all end up where they belong. So shout out to Jesse Zarzuela, another young man. I think Charles Chuckwu, the Chuck Wagon from Katy Paytow High School. One of the coaches was in the gym this past weekend, and at one of the junior colleges at the Doug's Dozen Classic had uh, confirmed to me that they have secured Charles Chuckwu as a transfer. I can't remember which school it was that I spoke with in person this past weekend. It's one of the schools in Texas. They were present and they was excited to get him there for after transferring from Tulsa. So he's off the board. Think about this, Adam. Ajari Sonny is still on the board, available. Ajari
He
Sonny.
didn't have too many chances, Jimmy. Jimmy, he didn't have too many chances.
Well, he only been to 2 schools.
Yeah. What? Pacific and where?
And Santa Barbara. Remember, he stayed in California when he left. When
Okay.
he left Stoudemire over
That's
at
two.
Pacific.
That's two. Okay. So two ain't enough.
Well, two is that's the same as Jesse Zarzuela.
That's what I'm saying. But two
Three,
is enough.
two is enough, but three is definitely the I guess the over and under mark. Well, 2.5 would be the over and under mark. But yeah, so but my thing is, if there are guards out there, Ajari Sonny is a junior, red shirt junior. Your 12th grader who you is competing with him for a scholarship. That's who they're competing against. So TJ Ford Jr. is competing against Ajari Sonny for a scholarship. Shots meant to say Bryce Smith. I'm sorry. TJ has his. Bryce Smith, I meant to say, is competing with Ajari Sonny for a scholarship offer. This stuff ain't no joke. Hell, it was one young man, I'm telling you, and that leads me to the topic. What do you guys out there think, knowing what we see is happening out there with scholarships and offers and people waiting, and we see people, remember, we were talking about the situation this past weekend. Remember scenario last year, he had a young man named Sam Bradford. He played on the grassroots team JL3 alongside Bryce Griggs a couple of years ago. Sam Bradford was about 6'5", 6'6", good, heavy, strong body, and that, thought, was pursuing the basketball dream. He had one offer on the table. That same year, going into his senior season, was when Lamar brought Alvin Brooks Jr. into the fold. And Alvin Brooks offered Sam Bradford. Sam did not accept the offer. He says, I'm going to gamble on myself. I'm going to play my high school season, build my stock up or whatnot. After the high school season, the fish wasn't biting. So the young man calls back. He calls and contacts somebody from within his family. He or his family contacts Lamar Basketball University and inquires about that offer. And they basically let him know, hey man, that offer done expired. We going in a different direction. We and it left the kid feeling like, damn, didn't realize, thought that offer was there. Had he committed to them, he wouldn't have been in that situation. It's a gamble that a lot of kids we are seeing taking and playing, betting on themselves, and are straight crapping out. So the question I'm asking you guys, how do you feel about young men who commit if they find a school they like, just get it out the way, commit to that school and let the chips fall where they may? Or do you guys have the conventional thoughts whereas he should wait till the fall, go take 5 visits? By the way, you tell me the last person that took 5 visits in the fall. People don't, those days are gone. Those were days when guys didn't travel abroad. These kids travel all over the place. These kids, hell, some of these kids got pre-check right now. Hatter. Some of these teams, they travel so much during summer ball, they got TSA pre-check.
Jimmy, you don't have to travel a lot to get pre-check.
I know you don't, but it's a reason. Then you get it because you're gonna travel.
That's how their family travels. Their family travels. Some of the people that ain't bad. That ain't bad. It's good. It's good. Everybody, all you gotta do is pay that money. You can pre-check all you want. You can clear it. You can get cleared pre-check, or you can go and really do the thing and get global entry. Hey, y'all get that tomorrow. when I talk about it on the show. But no, man, it's that's unique though, man. I mean, Jimmy. So any other name pop out at you? Because somebody, I think, let me give you. I want somebody said so. Alex said, "What happened to these transfers that don't find a home? Is the door open for any of them to go back to their original school? Most likely, no. Them people don't want their ass back. Once they go in that portal,
Yeah.
I talked to some coaches. Said, no, I don't want, no, he gone. He big enough to hop his ass in there. Let him stay in there. That's what they told me. That's a good one, Alex. But yeah,
Yeah. And the Sam Bradford, just thought about it. He remember he went through his senior year, Hatter, and ended up playing with TJ Ford, right? As an unsigned senior.
mm-hmm.
We had a young man we talked about last week or week before last that committed to LSU, Devin Pryor,
Mm-hmm.
right? That he got it out the way. Him and his dad went down there on the middle of the night on a weekday and visited this campus. Got the offer. They didn't play around with it. They committed. Let me tell you something, guys. What that means. That it's a new coach coming in that just came into that program, right? And he's not going to renege on that offer. And it would take a kid to just lay a flat goose egg. And if you lay a goose egg, then why the hell would you want to go to a school where you know you're not going to play it anyway? You follow me? So take the offers. If you find a school that you like, you can change your mind next week, next month, month after next. You can change your mind. Hell, you can commit to a school every damn week if you want to. Because guess what? If that school sees another player that they deem better than you, then your coupon that's masqueraded as an offer will expire and you the last to know. That's why you commit. Commit. And what it would do is it would eventually, if once the college coaches see there's a movement of young underclassmen or juniors that are committing faster before the fall comes, it will make those coaches reconsider or rethink the manner by which they extend these offers in the first place. It will slow that process down because there's a lot of schools just dishing offers out like it ain't nothing. When you see multiple players from the same program get offered by a college at the same day, that most likely some of those offers or all of those offers could be frivolous, could be fake. You commit, that way it lets you know. First of all, it secures it. And some people ask the question is how they say, well, what happens if you commit and in the other schools, and you start playing better and other schools want, where they stop messing with you? Let me tell you something. You're in a new day and time, people. This not going to stop because coaches know now the name, image, likeness, it sways and it will make people reconsider their commitments any day of the week nowadays. It's a new now. So if you are playing better, you commit to Boogaloo State and you start playing, you have a great June with your high school team or a great July live period, and your stock appears to be going up. Guess what? Those schools know that you're committed to Boogaloo State. They gonna know what it takes. They're gonna automatically come and say, guess what? We know you commit to Boogaloo State, but what are they giving you a name, image, likeness? We're gonna give you this. We got 100 racks, and you're only getting 20 racks maybe from Boogaloo State. Guess what? Boogaloo State gonna have to do what? Now they're gonna have to go and find a way to meet or beat that 100 racks. Or guess what? Get off the pot. It helps nobody but yourself. It helps you tremendously if you're a family and you get an offer that you like. once you kick the tires and you're fortunate enough to go visit the campus and everything checks out, don't play with those offers. Commit. Once again, it's going to help your name, image, likeness if you are worthy of receiving it. If you are that good. If you're that good, the next school gonna put it on the table, as I'm saying. So Alfio says how he said he committed to every school he visited. Guess what? It's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Looking at some of the messages on the timeline, guys, this would be perfect time to share the show to your timelines. Share the show to your groups right now, if you would. It's 45 minutes past the hour on the Chop Shop. We are 15 minutes for landing the plane. We NBA playoffs, and I don't know if you brought those up yet.
You can talk about it. I didn't even really want to talk about that
Which
team.
series is more shocking to you right now?
Both of them.
No, I'm saying, but which one is more shocking? Which 3-0?
I'm gonna tell you what's shocking to me. I just wish Doc wouldn't have got fired if he'd have went on whoop them folks' ass because they show they worth it, and Stephon wouldn't have been on vacation. This is how I feel about it. If they had just went on bust these bombs and Lonnie Walker, you ain't heard from Lonnie Walker. Y'all tweet me about Lonnie Walker. Y'all ain't heard from Lonnie Walker no more. This kind of stuff right here, that mess. They are who they were. The Lakers who, you remember I came on the show and I said, why y'all talking about these 14th ranked? Why y'all talking about these? They are who they think you think they are. They finna get swept. So I'm not surprised. But Jimmy, you remember I said I don't want them to win another game, but I changed my mind. You know why I want them to win a game, Jimmy? I want them to win a couple more games. Because, Jimmy, unlike it used to be in the NBA, they could, if both of them lose after the night and tomorrow, they will start it on Sunday. But this new NBA with these TV contracts, they got it all spaced out. So we got a whole nother month of this. So if the championship goes 7 games, we got to go a whole nother month with just them 7 games. They're gonna space it out because of the TV. So Jimmy, if these 2 clowns lose on the day and tomorrow, we ain't gonna have no game on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We have to wait the next Wednesday for the championship to start. Man, that's a whole lot of time. So I want LeBron them to win tonight. I want Boston to win a game. And you know what, Jimmy, I don't like about it? When they women, Jimmy went off. You know what I don't like about it? When I don't like they trying to make Missoula. They're trying to make Missoula, Jimmy, the scapegoat. That's what I don't like. They trying to make him the scapegoat. And Jason Tatum talking about I'm one of the best players in the world. You're getting your ass tore up by this dude who was undrafted. He's seeking you out in Tank. What's the boy name? The guard with all it. He's seeking him out. See, Jimmy, he was undrafted, so I don't know who he was. He's seeking him out and said, come here, JT, take this with you. Pay out. So ain't neither one of them shocking to me, Jimmy. I mean, Denver, I just didn't want the Lakers to win, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Now. Oh, that man said Jason Tatum got that meow. Oh, that's a hell of a uncompliment. No, I ain't talking about Strus. I'm talking about the other guard. Not Strus, the black guy. Thaddeus Moody. What's the other guard, Jimmy? Jimmy, you ain't looking at the stats.
No, I was looking at something else. Talking about for Miami?
Yeah, for Miami.
Vincent?
Vincent! Yeah. Yes! Vincent! Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Hey, dude. But Boston is the most shocking because they the number 2 seed.
I think the manner in Boston is fresh on our minds because it just happened yesterday. Mm-hmm. And it just the manner for which they were down by 30 points, man. They were down
Yeah.
by 30
Yeah.
points, man.
Yeah.
And in being down by 30 points, your two leading scorers had only combined for 26. Your two leading scorers were 1 for 14 from 3-point land combined. I mean, your leading scores were 12 for 35 from the field. Um, what Miami is doing, think about it. What Miami is doing, guys, to Boston, despite not having Tyler Hero, despite not having Oladipo, who's another veteran, Oladipo was an all-star a couple of years ago. Despite not having them, they didn't even have Kevin Love for the rest of the game. I mean, he got banged up when left with his back early on. So that's three guys who started for this team are out, and it's next man up with a bunch of, like as Hallie just said, a team full of undrafted guys alongside Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. They're getting it done. They're whooping Boston's ass. Now, speaking of whoopers, Denver has a chance to close out the series against the Lakers tonight. They have a chance to close this thing out tonight.
Jimmy, no. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, top 75 players in NBA history, get a chance to get swept tonight? That's what you tell him? No, Jimmy, that's the surprise. I just thought about that. LeBron James?
Well, if they get swept,
They ain't gonna get swept.
the pendulum will swing back into the favor of the shocking, because the shock value now it doubles. Not losing to Denver ain't bad. They're the number one seed. They were the best team in the West all season long based on wins and losses. However, if you get swept by them on a team that has a relatively healthy LeBron James, then that means something. Has LeBron James ever been swept in the playoffs before, Hal?
I don't keep up with him like that.
I don't think he's ever been swept. If he has, maybe once. So in order to sweep them, and it would be significant. Now, can Boston beat Miami 4 games in a row? That's enough. That's a question. Can Boston beat Miami 4 games in a row?
No.
Damn sure not playing like the way they played last night. It's almost like they played without courage.
I take that, but I'm gonna amend that. If they get Jimmy, what's that boy name? Jimmy Buckets in foul trouble in the first quarter, give him 3 fouls in the first quarter, they have a chance. They got to do it every single game. They have a shot. How about that? LeBron, talking about we're going to take it one day at a game. Jimmy, I'm telling you, I don't want him to lose. I don't want him to lose tonight. I don't want him to. Jimmy, Coach, I don't think y'all heard me. After tomorrow, it's almost historic. They can have a chance, Jimmy, to not play a game in a week. A whole week. Y'all, Miami last night had 1 offensive rebound. Hold up, y'all. The Boston Celtics had 20. Coach, who was that told me? Chris told me, don't matter. The Boston Celtics had 21 offensive rebounds. This is the largest offensive rebound differential, Jimmy, plus 20, and a playoff loss in NBA history. 57 rebounds for the losing team, Jimmy. 37 rebounds for the winning team at home, when Pat Riley is famous for saying what, Jimmy? No rebounds, no rings. Miami Heat can't get a rebound because all their shots going in. Boston can't get all the rebounds because all they shots are bricks. So, hey, man, it's just crazy, man. Them dudes, think about this, Jimmy. For the game, they said Boston had 59 missed shots. Miami had only 35 missed shots. So that canceled out the rebounding advantage that was won by Boston. Man, this stuff is crazy. But they want to blame Joe Mazzulla. But Shaq said, let's keep it real. Shaq said the Celtics are way too cool for me. Way too cool. Way too cool. They do look cool. JT out there, he must have stepped back. You getting your ass tore off. You missed a step back doing all them drills. You're stealing and drilling. Jimmy, this team, man, but they gonna blame it on. See, now I see why Emmy used to call them a whole lot of MFers. Emmy Udoka was the king of the MFers. Jimmy, last year. So, but Jimmy, you know what? I'm gonna show you how people. That man said charming, Slim. Slim. Hold up. I'm finna give y'all a text, man. I'm finna tell y'all something right quick. Watch this. I got this morning. I said, man, what's wrong with your Celtics? Jimmy, you know how it's called. He said, looks crazy. He said, it's been like that for a minute, Rob. Nobody exposed them. Slim, this is an internal message. 2 out of the last 4 years, Miami will eliminate them. The bubble year and this year. I forgot about Miami got rid of Boston in the bubble. And he just said it. He said, nobody exposed Boston. Boston been like this, but nobody exposed. Come on, Doc. That's why Doc got fired. Doc didn't expose him. Eric Spoelstra. Oh, Jimmy, I like that. Eric Spoelstra exposed them. So, I mean, that's just some information that I got last night. I mean, wait a minute, this morning. He gave me that information this morning. So I'm good. Yeah. What else you got, Jimmy, before we get out of here?
That's pretty much on the basketball tip. Of course, tonight the series resumes between the Denver Nuggets and the Lakers. That tip off is, what time is it now? Is it a 7:30 again? Yes, it is 7:30 tip off on ESPN tonight, and that could be a closeout game. Hopefully, the Lakers. I'm having fun watching a game every night, because these series they're playing every other night. Play, sit, play, sit, play. So I want to watch it. I want another game to come on Wednesday. I want another game to come on Tuesday. Well, of course, on Thursday that would be if Boston can win. I just don't want neither one of them to get swept. I'm rooting for basketball right now. I don't.
Me too.
I'm rooting for basketball.
Me too.
But
Jimmy, if they get swept, I ain't gonna. You notice I didn't even talk about the naked neck. I didn't talk about Chris Walker. I didn't talk about. Dude, I felt bad. LeBron walked off the court. Like they get mad at LeBron walked off the court, just sashayed off the court. Jimmy just went on, and now he came for the press conference, but he just, like they got mad about Michael Jordan got mad at Isaiah when he walked off the court. He didn't shake nobody's hand. LeBron just went on back in the back. I think he went back and got treatment. I ain't got time to talk about it today, Melvin. I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, and lastly, before we get up out of here, make sure, guys, you share the show one more time on your way out the door. we want to thank everybody for tuning to the Chop Shop today. You missed the beginning. Of course, we have a recap of the top of the hour. Share with you that the recap from the Doug's Dozen Classic is posted in the VIP news on rcssports.com. A lot of the top performers from the 17U division that was detailed. On tomorrow, we'll elaborate on some of those highly anticipated matchups, which players, some of the players who stood out, we'll share some of that with you on tomorrow as well. Also, give us, Adam, what's going on with your Padres? And guess who's the hottest team in baseball right now?
I don't know who the hottest team in baseball, but I know somebody who's getting their head tore off. Now, you ain't said nothing about it, but now you want to talk about it. I know about that team, but I don't know about the Padres. I ain't heard about my dude. So, Jimmy, I don't like the Padres. I like Tatis. I ain't been watching. I ain't seen him on no highlights. You know I ain't going to watch no whole damn game. So, when I start seeing him on highlights, then I get to talking. I told y'all I don't like teams. I like players. I don't like teams. I'm going to repeat. So I don't care what the Padres doing. I want to know what Tatis is doing. Okay? All right.
Well, the team that Tatis is on, them jokers ain't 500. They've only won 2 of their last 10.
They got a hell of a payroll, ain't it? Got a hell of a payroll.
They got a hell of a bankroll and a hell of a pitching staff, too, but they're not producing. And the hottest team in baseball right now happens to be the Houston Astros. Altuve is back for the Astros. He returned over the weekend, and Astros have won 9 of their last 10 games, including 7 straight. They play today against Milwaukee. It's going to be
Are they leading the division? Because I remember that's what you used to always say. Are they leading the division? No, I asked you a question. Are they leading the division?
Remember, they were in next to last.
I asked you a question. Are they leading the division?
Hold that thought and ask me.
No, because you remember when Rod Wells used to say something to you, talking about who leading the division? Who leading? Who got the best record? Who got the. So guess what? I'm playing Rod Wells today. I'm being Rod Wells today. And Jimmy, I need you to be on tomorrow because I want to bring up your homeboy. I'm gonna play it one more time, so I'm gonna let you sleep on this one. Watch this. Hold on.
We had a phenomenal day today. Nigger Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. We had a phenomenal day today. Nigger League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. We had a
Jimmy, that's your homeboy. Hey, we'll talk about that during the week. We don't bring it up tomorrow. Hey, pass a play. Hey, boss move, soft move or boss move.
We definitely talk about that on tomorrow. That's for sure. Wow. I remember seeing that on social media.
Y'all see why I don't like baseball. Y'all see why I don't be talking about baseball, man. The commentator, man. Jimmy, you can't make this up.
Say that for tomorrow.
Okay.
It's time to slide on down. Dino's back and Yabba Dabba do this thing on this Monday, man. Y'all guys have fun. Make sure you share the show on the way out the door one more time. We up out of here. Boy.
Bye, man.
Boy.
We out.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.